go yet. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, Prince Blue. Real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, Prince Blue. Talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, coach, talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, coach, talking entertainment too. Look, we are not the same as you. Look, we don't need a thing, just you. Just make sure the gang come through.
What is going on, everybody? What is up? It is Real Time with Prince Blue. So you already know it's Thursday. It's 11 a.m. and I'm here. I like to thank everybody for joining me again and the overwhelming support. This is episode 84. So y'all keep the support going, man. I mean, I do this for you guys, but everybody that's listening, I don't care if it's 2 or 3 people. The fact that anybody would spend an hour or so with me, depending on if I'm on CPT time or not. I appreciate everybody. As always, I got to start out with the shout out to my producer and my producer Inked and my creative director AJ. He'll probably be in the comments pretty soon. Shout out to Mr. Rant Room, the Trifecta crew. I appreciate everybody, and we have a great show for you today. Today's show is called "Why You Always Lying," and because there's a lot of that going around now, people mask it. They'll say, hey, I'm just trying to be nice, or I'm just trying to, it doesn't pay you to be, it doesn't cost you anything to be nice. Well, in this show, I'm going to tell you that it does. And I'm going to show you some instances where it does prove that lying just isn't working for us anymore. And without further ado, let's get into it. Y'all know I write my introductions. I take time and pride in them. So if I had to write them, you're going to listen to them, and I'm going to read them, and you're going to hear what I got to say. Now, you know what? I was okay with the positivity when it was helping us advance as a people, American people. Let's just take the race out. Let's just say American people for now. But I feel like we have taken it too far to the point positivity is killing us, literally and figuratively. We got morbidly obese people winning beauty contests, 87 genders, pronouns, and all other types of shit that people expect others to just accept. Remember, when people said we have to accept people for who they are, well, they lied. You don't have to accept shit, and that's okay. Only those who matter should be the opinions you take into consideration. Notice I didn't say accept, because you don't have to accept shit. And today's episode will be centered around why people lie and what's the purpose of being positive if you really don't mean it. We'll be back after this very first commercial presented by my sponsor, AJ's Rant Room.
Summer is here. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com. We got all of your summer needs covered. From bathing suits to swim trunks, flip-flops and tote bags, towels, tanks, and muscle shirts. Oh, and you can't forget about the visors and the hats. It's lit. So head on over to ajsrantroom.com and get your summer poppin'. You won't be disappointed.
That's right. Shout out to my sponsor, AJ's Rant Room. Make sure you go there. All his collections are up. They're fire. I own a lot of it. So does my producer. Just keep supporting him, man. He's doing great things. And trust me, he sends all his whatever ideas, designs to me and Ink. And if we got to approve them, then damn it, you better buy them. And just check it out, man. It's good stuff. So my first segment today will be Stop Lying. Women need men and children need their fathers. This is very important because I grew up with my father. I am a father, so I know the importance of having fathers in children's lives. So I want to start with saying this. So attorney and talk show host, reality TV star Ebony K. Williams has made the news in reference her announcement of pregnancy. Congrats, I guess. The issue is she went the IVF route and is on this weird media tour touting the pregnancy as a miracle and celebrating single Black motherhood. Now, I added that Black for a reason. It, like her life decisions did not bring her to the decision to purposely bring a child into this world without a father. Listen from a video in 2023 after she broke up with a white man, as she then shifts to tell Black women to go the single mother route Then I will break it down with you from my perspective as a father and as a black man.
Currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests.
According to who, Ebony? According to who? According to you? Will not serve who in their best interest? And you made it very clear that it was an expensive procedure. You know what's not expensive? Meeting somebody, dating somebody, falling in love, possibly getting married before you have children, or whatever way you decide to do it. I'm not knocking it. And then bringing a baby into the world. Did you ever think about that, Ebony?
And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of black sperm. Because most black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families, and that means we want black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings, and sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single black women who think this may be an...
Why single black women? Why not all women? Why are you promoting unwed motherhood? Why are you promoting single parent households when evidence has overwhelmingly showed that 2-parent households give a significant increase to a child being a child being productive, a child having a greater success rate, a child staying out of prison, staying off of porn movies, staying off of the pole, staying off of the streets? Why are you promoting this?
Be an option, either now or maybe later. Number 1, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new black-owned cryobank, and it's designed...
No, we're not doing that anymore. Not doing that anymore. I'm tired of listening to it. So that was Ebony K. Williams, who people aren't familiar with her. She's an attorney, and she's also a reality star. She's a host. She's been on several news pundit news outlets and stuff like that, giving her opinion on law, politics, whatever the case would be. But you also remember she was on the Breakfast Club when she said that she wouldn't date a bus driver. And so she would much rather go to a sperm bank and get 2 vials, go through IVF treatment, and have a baby that way than potentially trying to find a good man and produce a baby into a 2-parent household. She also was with a man, y'all remember, she was with a white man during the pandemic who had his kids and broke up with him because he chose to spend time with his kids during the pandemic, and she couldn't handle that. So her idea of that, her selfish idea, in my opinion, was to go have a baby on her own to raise by herself. And now she's on this media tour to say how this baby is a miracle and how other black women who don't want to be with a black man can go have a baby. You see how the times have shifted? There was a time when women enjoyed the prospects of meeting a good man, having a baby together, and raising that child together. Now we're bragging about just going the turkey baster route and having children, and all be damned them not looking at other kids, seeing other two-parent households and wanting that. There's a whole building. There's a lot of buildings or structures, I may say, with barbed wire fences around them that are filled with one-parent household children. If you have a chance, part of being a parent is giving your child the best possible chance to succeed, even if that's 1% or 2%. So if there's a 1% chance that you can make your child better by making sure their father is in the home, isn't that your parental duty to do that? Why not do that? So why are we on this tour to promote more promiscuity, more single parent households among our black women? This is crazy to me. I don't see any white women out there that I know of that's saying, hey, I went this route. I don't need a man. Here you go. Here's the blueprint, white women. Do this. No. Hell, y'all got mad at Harrison Butker because he was saying there's nothing wrong with the woman being in a home, or there's nothing wrong with a mother and a father raising a child together. So what is it? I find it odd how you can see all these videos where we are either stealing or doing the most obscene things, and when you go to the comments, it's saying single parent household activities, black activities. I bet you he was raised by a single mom. I bet you she was raised without a father. So if y'all see all this, why not try to change the dynamic of that? Why not try to change that? And that brings me to another thing about it is the stigma of the single black mother needs to go away. And how it needs to go away is we need to have more we need to have more two-parent households. That's what we need to do. And you know, with everything that Ebony K. Williams has done, it reminds me of that time where Phaedra Parks read Kenya Moore for filth, because Kenya Moore tried to talk down on Phaedra Parks about her husband, the father of her child was in the home. And this is how Phaedra responded. Take a listen.
And while she's sitting around running around talking about my husband and the father of my children, and she spends her weekends peddling through sperm banks, looking through catalogs to try to find a donor, honey, you don't know if your baby daddy will be an axe murderer or a child molester, because what you will know is that he needed $10 to get him a medium-sized pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you could have a kid. Now check that.
Now, do y'all see that? So you go from the stigma of being a single mother to the stigma of going to where people ejaculate in cups and need $10 for a medium-sized pizza. So both are stigmas, but you're like, I'm choosing plan B versus plan A of finding a good man to have a baby with. And Phaedra read Kenya to filth. And I agree with Phaedra. How are you going to talk down on my husband, the father of my child, that's in the home? Meanwhile, every weekend, you're searching for what you hope is good sperm, and you don't know the dynamics, you don't know the DNA. Well, you know, like I guess they do like little history and stuff like that, but you don't know how that chemistry is going to impact your eggs, your womb, how it's going to match with your DNA, your ancestry, and what it's going to bring forth in the world. But this is what Ebony K. Williams is promoting. Good luck. And fellas, listen, if you dodging bullets out there, dodge them. If I hate that they feel like they have to go to sperm banks to get children because they believe that there's no good men left, or they waited too late. They chose career and everything else and then decided to have their kids. I don't know what to tell you, but man, this promotes single motherhood. That shit gotta stop. We'll be back right after this next commercial.
Summer is here. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com. We got all of your summer needs covered. From bathing suits to swim trunks, flip-flops and tote bags, towels, tanks, and muscle shirts. Oh, and you can't forget about the visors and the hats. It's lit. So head on over to ajsrantroom.com and get your summer poppin'. You won't be disappointed.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, on to segment 2, which is, why are you lying? Your fat ass had no business winning Miss Alabama. Now, I said that right. I said what I said. So let's listen to why I feel that way. Sarah Milliken sparked outrage when she won the title of Miss Alabama this past week. Well, it has become more confusing than anything because there is apparently 2 crowns in different Alabamas. Maybe they needed 2 to fit her ass. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just tired of the disingenuous positivity and all the BS that's going on. Now, like I said, Sarah Milliken just won Miss Alabama, and people were all up in arms because, well, just take a look at why people are all up in arms about it. I'm better off than me just. She is Georgia. Now, y'all saw that. Y'all, this is the fake positivity I'm talking about. Now, was some of those women happy? Probably, I guess. I don't know. I'm not in their minds. But let me tell you something. First of all, they're touting her as plus size. Whatever. But come on now. But I read into this and the uproar about it. Now there's 2 Miss Alabamas, which I did not know. So I read up on it, and this is according to Marsa U.S. News. The uproar revealed a widespread misunderstanding of the various pageants and different criteria. Miss USA, for instance, emphasizes swimsuit and sportswear contests focusing on contested silhouettes. In contrast, Miss America, which does include swimsuit contests, highlights a talent show and a physical fitness presentation among other categories. Notably, Milliken did not compete in either of these pageants, but was crowned in the National America Miss Alabama contest, which values communication and confidence over physical appearance. As Sarah Milliken prepares to compete in National America contest during Thanksgiving week, you can't make this shit up. She's going to be working during Thanksgiving. I doubt that. But this is where we're at with this. Okay. So her Miss Alabama doesn't have the swimsuit stuff like that, and they value communication and all that other shit. Listen, can we stop? Can we stop normalizing unhealthy obesity? Can we stop normalizing killing ourselves? And I can say that. You know why? Because I'm obese. I'm type 2 diabetic. I have all types of shit going on. And I also get my ass up and go to the gym 5 days a week. And I also have watched I've been watching what I eat. I've been really trying to watch what I eat since January. I have lost 44 pounds since November of last year. So I understand the severity of when you're obese and what that does to your body. And when we sit up here and we congratulate shit like that, it's crazy. And it's another thing to where we're pushing different narratives and criteria in spaces where they don't belong. Yeah, I said it. Like, yeah, they could say, yeah, we value communication and all that, but that's bullshit. We all know what beauty pageants really, it's in the name. Beauty. And I don't make the rules, but when it comes to beauty standards, that is still not it. I'm sorry. It's a niche. It's fun. People who love that. Why not a plus size Miss America? Why not a plus size America contest? But I'm sorry, you got some women that work out 7 days a week, watch what they eat all year round, above also along with helping out the community, going to school, everything else, to come here, to come to that contest and see that being pushed and that type of person winning over them for reasons other than politics and a narrative and a new agenda being pushed because we don't want people to feel unwelcomed. We got to stop this. Not everybody's going to accept who you are, what shape you are, what color you are. And that's fine. There are spaces where you can control that narrative. Or you could do your best to present your best self forward. Like, it's funny how that has become the standard of which we can measure ourselves and quote unquote body positivity. Body positivity is about being confident in your skin and who you are, and that's fine. Body positivity is not being unhealthy and possibly going to die in 6 months. That's not body positivity. That's craziness. And Alabama, I know you for a lot of things. I didn't know that you were going to do this. I mean, what are we doing here? We see videos now where people make money eating, even though the person has all kinds of health issues. And people in the comment section, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so handsome. Oh, that food looks so good. This fake positivity, it bothers me. Because I come from an era where people tell you how it is and what it should be. I'll give you a story. When I told my friends AJ and Keisha that I was going to start really homing in on my nutrition and my health, they was like, all right, good, yeah, that's good. I'm always in favor for people who want to be healthy. And I think it was maybe a couple days after that, something like that, I took a picture of a cheeseburger and some fries or something. And I think I either posted online or I sent the picture to AJ. And the first thing AJ said was, is that the vision? Is that what we supposed to be doing? Now, if he was like the world today, oh man, that looks so good. I wish I had 2 of those. No, he knew what I was trying to do, and he cared enough to be like, nah, that's not the vision. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. If you want to lose weight, if you want to focus on your health, why are you eating a cheeseburger and French fries? He wasn't saying I can't never have it, but he was saying, you just told us you want to take your health, and the first thing you dive into is a cheeseburger and French fries. That's the type of accountability we need. I'm not saying be mean to people, but hey, you're not looking good. Like, that's not good. It's nothing wrong with that. And I get constant reminders. Hey, what you doing? Hey, did you work out today? Like, I like do some things. Like, I have my watch. I have like I share my my watch activities with like 7 people. That's accountability. And I know this was supposed to be about Sarah, but it's about a bigger issue about being overly positive to the point where you're enabling people to die. If I had it my way, if I embraced the body positivity for what it is now, I wouldn't be here. Because there's no accountability. There's nobody telling me to do better. You got people telling the doctors that they're fat phobic because they're telling you you're unhealthy. They're not looking at you and saying you're unhealthy. They're taking your blood. They're reading your numbers. If your sugar glucose is in the 800s, that's not fat phobic. That's telling you something is metabolically wrong with you, and you're going to die. You're going to lose a limb. You're going to lose a foot. Why do we wait till we start losing limbs and lives and having pacemakers to realize we need to change? So when you call yourself trying to be extra positive and you try to call yourself, it doesn't hurt to be positive. No, you're trying to make yourself feel better. You're full of shit. Don't think I don't know that y'all be propping up all these people to be continuously unhealthy because that makes you feel good about yourself, and that leaves men and women more to yourself. Y'all need to stop that. That's crazy. Miss Alabama, no. I would demand a recount, a re-election. That's crazy. And then to say that she'll be working during Thanksgiving, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. She ain't working during no Thanksgiving. I don't care what nobody say. We'll be back right after this next message.
At AJ'sRantRoom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. So head on over to AJ'sRantRoom.com and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed.
All right, let's move on, shall we? We're moving along pretty good. I appreciate everybody that's still here. Please make sure you link and subscribe. Tap the screen, get those hearts up, get those likes up. It helps me out. Please share the video. I appreciate y'all as always. So segment 3 is why you lying. You don't care about that Will Smith slap. You just want to ride the coattails of Will Smith, Stephen A. Smith. Recently, Stephen A. Smith has made the news again based on Will Smith. First of all, congratulations to Will Smith. I went to see Bad Boys Ride or Die. It was phenomenal. It was great. I implore y'all to go see it. I loved it. The action was good. The acting was good. The chemistry is still there. I advise you. I will say this. Our idols are the people we grew up with. They're getting old. Enjoy them. Martin and Will, they did a phenomenal job. Please go see Bad Boys. Now let's get on to Will Smith. Well, Stephen A. Smith had to apologize or clarify himself for the 835th time this week in reference to his tweet. Stephen A. Smith said this. He still finds it hard to go see the movies to watch a Will Smith movie and explain why Will Smith needs to sit down and talk to the community about why he slapped Chris Rock. And then he, of course, clarified it or apologized on the show, and it somehow became race-centric. Listen here.
When we use the word forgivable or forgiveness, that's for Chris Rock to deal with. It's his call. He could have had the man arrested that night and insisted to the LAPD that not be the case. Could have pressed charges thereafter and insisted on not doing that to Will Smith. Not making the incident any bigger than what it was. Yes, he came out with his own flick for next fix, got about $20 million for it. After taxes, he probably walked home with about $6 million. But Chris Rock is damaged. In the day and age of mental illness or traumatic incidences that affects one mind and psyche and what have you, yeah, you might see him at Knicks games. Yeah, you might see him still going about the business of performing on tour or doing his job or handling his business. Chris Rock will never get over that. Ever. Will Smith apologized. I'm not saying he even has to apologize. I'm saying that while I watch him and Martin Lawrence promoting this movie, and I'm quite sure the reason he hasn't addressed it is because the studios don't want him to, and there's an obligation that you have with them, all fair. I get it. But somewhere along the way, he has to sit down and talk to the black community. You can see all the white people around Will Smith all you want to. Black folks have loved and revered this man for decades. He was the closest thing to perfection, as his friend Charlie Mack once told me, for decades. Everybody makes a mistake. This is not hatred. I love Will Smith still. But you got to have a conversation as to why you did that. And when you're apologizing, and when you're getting emotional, and when you're thinking about all the lives or the people that you've affected, it's primarily us as black people who have loved and supported you and watched you go on an international stage and slap one of us in the face and tarnished an historic event for one of the great black producers of modern times in Will Packer, possibly costing yourself and Antoine Fuqua an Oscar for emancipation along the way. I'm not going to say what you did to the comedic community. Hell, Jim Carrey spoke about that along with various others. We know you wouldn't have smacked Ricky Gervais, Bill Maher, Bill Burr, or a host of others. We know you wouldn't have done that.
I would have smacked him. Who the fuck is Ricky Gervais or Bill Maher? Like, come on, man. And we got to stop doing this bullshit. Well, so what? So you saying because they white? Because you saying Will's scared? See, you still on that bullshit thinking that white people can't get clapped. Pause.
No apology necessary. I'm just saying, a lot of folks ain't get over that. A lot of folks find it hard to just.
A lot of folks like who, Stephen A. Smith? A lot of folks like who? You? Because Chris Rock is your homeboy? Now let's revisit the whole slap. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna have to stick with me. This is gonna be a long show a little bit. Chris Rock, who's supposed to be Will Smith's friend, that same Chris Rock that you're taking up for and saying that shouldn't have happened, he went on stage and made his friend's wife the butt of jokes in front of millions of people. If that's your homeboy, why are you on stage making jokes about his wife? Probably about some intimate things that probably only you know, her health reasons or whatever she said what was going on with the alopecia stuff at the time. Why are you making that a butt of the jokes? Say what you want about Jada Pinkett Smith or whatever you think she emasculates Will Smith or whatever the case may be. That's still his wife, the mother of his children. They have a relationship that you can't even fathom. They have a relationship that you don't understand. And that's his wife. And he felt like he needed to protect the honor of his wife. And he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. So what are we going to do about it? He doesn't owe anybody else, he doesn't owe anybody an apology but the man he put hands on. He doesn't owe an explanation except about the man he put his hands on. That's it. He doesn't owe shit to Stephen A. Smith. He doesn't owe an explanation to me. He doesn't owe an explanation to anybody else. And 56.6 million opening on Bad Boy Show, he don't have to. We still fucking with Will Smith. Big Willie style. Getting jiggy with it. So, and Stephen A. Smith, you are the highest paid personality at ESPN. So you are responsible for bringing in viewers and bringing in ratings. You didn't give a damn about that slap. You saw that Will Smith was trending. Bad Boys was breaking box office records. And you jumped on the trend. Nobody was thinking about that damn slap. They probably bought it up in like passing. But they don't give a shit. And you don't either. Chris Rock is your boy. And you trying to get kudos. Because y'all still sit next to each other at the Knicks game or whatever the fuck it is. Let's call a spade a spade. Stop this shit, Stephen A. Smith. You do this all the time. You say some shit, and then you say you got a phone call for somebody that you respect, and now you got to clarify on your show. You don't clarify it in a tweet. You don't clarify it for free. You clarify it on your show. I know how the entertainment business works. That's why I had to learn if I had something to say, I need to save it for my show. Lord knows it tears me up when I'm like, man, I can't wait to Thursday because I want to talk about this. Yes, it was a joke. I thought it was funny, personally. But again, that's not my wife up there getting joked about. That's not my wife getting joked on. So I can't tell Will Smith how to take that. And you don't know the dynamics between Will and Jada. You don't know if she like you PUSSY, like you be letting people do this. You don't know. That could have been the boiling point. And you just never know what people. That's why jokes are grenades. You just don't know you don't know the impact of a joke. It may be a joke to you. It may be funny as shit, but to that person you joking on, they may be fed up. They may be loading up the clip as we speak. Like, the next person that joke on me is rockabye, baby. Like, you never know. You never know. So, me who has jokes on a lot of people, there's been times when I made a joke and I'm like, oh shit. Yeesh. I don't want him to pull a David Carradine. Look it up. Look up David Carradine. But Stephen A. Smith, man, stop the bullshit, dog. Like, just stand on what you say, man. And then you tried to make it about black people, Bill Packer and Anthony Fuqua. Then you brought Will Smith's salary up. Why are you pocket watching? If you're a superstar, if you're a movie star, you're going to get paid no matter what. Because your name gives a certain amount of dollars. So, and as far as emancipation, I mean, I'm sick of slave movies anyway. I'm tired of it. Why slave movies always the thing? Like, I'm sick of those, man. Like, get those shits out of here. I'm sick of those slave movies. But, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit no more. Like, nobody cares about that slap. Stop it. And we'll be right back after this next message. All right, everybody. It's time for one of my favorite segments. It's only 2 segments, but it's going to be one of my favorites. It's like picking your favorite child. You can't pick. It's time for I Said What I Said.
AJ's Rant Room.
I said what I said.
And that's what happened when you don't have your producer. I played the wrong video. So I said what I said, and we're going to talk about woke people because woke people are fucking up. Check it out. When a patriot, I think she was a patriot, was asked to define what woke meant.
Of Americans consider themselves very liberal, and probably fewer of them consider themselves to be woke. And so, you know, when we talk about traditional,
would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, define it. Yeah, go ahead.
So, I mean, woke is sort of the idea that this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral. I mean, woke is something that's very hard to define, and we've spent an entire chapter defining it. It is sort of the understanding that we need to totally reimagine and redo society in order to create hierarchies of oppression.
No. It's not your word.
Sorry, it's hard to explain in a 15-second soundbite.
Yeah, look, it's fine.
Did you hear a short circuit? Woke is when you this is gonna be viral. You damn right it's gonna be viral. The fuck was that? Now, according to Merriam-Webster, woke is aware of and actively attentive to important societal facts and issues, especially issues of racial and social justice. That's according to Merriam-Webster. That's what woke is. Okay, fine. Have at it. Now, I want y'all to also take a listen to this YouTuber describe, in the best way I've heard since, how woke can be defined.
What does it mean to be woke? Let's start by defining what woke is not. Woke is not anyone who is left-wing. Are all woke people left? Yes. Are all left people woke? No. Left politics and wokeism are synonymous, but they're not the same. And this is a mistake that both left and right-wing people make. Young lefties do it because they've grown up in an environment where woke and left are used interchangeably. And more ignorant right-wingers, very much the same thing, but used more as a buzzword to shut down critics of their arguments. Just look at how the right-wing media and senior Tories like Suella Braverman will call anyone who criticises them woke. The Cambridge Dictionary defines woke as anyone who is aware, especially of social problems such as racism and inequality. Oxford and Merriam-Webster define it very much the same way. I disagree with these definitions. Wokeness is more than social awareness. In fact, it's actually a lack of social awareness, particularly when it comes to interpersonal communication. Wokeness is often made obvious by a person's refusal to have respectful conversation and appreciate the diversity of opinions, which normally stems from woke people having massive egos and wanting to be seen as morally superior rather than actually wanting progressive policies that help people. It's categorized by a narrow authoritarian and tribal viewpoint rather than looking at things universally. It's divisive, lazy, and plays into identity politics, thus it's actually the antithesis of left-wing politics, which is why traditionally left-wing academics like Slavoj Žižek and Suzanne Neiman criticize the state of the modern left for being woke. It's ideologically contradictory. Having spent 4 years at university around many woke circles, I can tell you this about woke people. They're naive, intolerant, and more concerned with one-upping you than they are bringing about progressive change. Despite how popular they might seem on social media and in university bubbles, they are not in the real world outside. Now, if you are also a Tory, aka you are not part of a tiny niche micro community in the left, drop a follow.
And there you go.
What does it mean to be woke? Let's start.
I thought that was the best explanation I've ever heard of woke. And for full disclosure, y'all know I'm all about accountability. I used to say woke all the time. Oh, they just trying to be woke. Go woke, go broke. But then I started looking into the word and started understanding that maybe I just don't like something. If I just don't like something or how it's presented, then I could just say that instead of saying it's woke, because I was doing that very thing that he was saying. I didn't want to have the conversations, so I would just dismiss it as woke. Like when I would see a cartoon switch a character's race, I would say woke. When I would see representation of the rainbow community out of nowhere, I would say that's woke. But then I started seeing how other people started using it. And when I mean other people, I mean preferably white people. And I started seeing it how you just don't want to see something different, or you're being a bigot, or you're being racist. Because sometimes you're just not racist, you're just being a bigot, because you do know the difference, right, between racist and bigot. Good. Sometimes you just don't want to see something. So don't dismiss it as being woke. Say it with your chest. Hey, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no black man in a white man movie. I don't want to see a white person in a black person movie. I don't want to see no gay stuff. Just say it. Don't call something woke. And I notice with outlets like Outkick preferably, they love saying woke. Like now with everything with the Caitlin Clark thing and all that, the first thing they say is, oh man, they just trying to be woke. Just say that you're upset that they're not bound down to the feet of the white girl from Iowa and the big black lesbian dyke league is being rough on her, and y'all don't want to see big black lesbians play basketball. Just say that. Just say that. Just say that's not my cup of tea. Just say that. Because that's how you feel. You don't give a damn about no Caitlin Clark. If you had an issue with the WNBA before, you have an issue with the WNBA now. If you had an issue with black programming then, you had a problem with black programming now. If you had an issue with gay programming then, you have an issue with gay programming now. All representation is not being woke. Now, I get it. Do some things like it just come out of nowhere like, yeah, we're going to make Wolverine gay. Like, what? Why? He's never been that. Wolverine has always been a man of toxic masculinity. He's always been that. So now, since it's 2024, we feel like we just make our best characters, turn them into something else to fit in a certain agenda. That part I get. But if a character was always certain thing, or their source material for where it was there, that's not being woke. You not liking gay basketball players and seeing them on TV is not being woke. That's what it is. That's what it is. You seeing a black superhero, you seeing Miles Morales, it's not being woke. There's years and years and years of material where Spider-Man was Latino and black. That's not being woke. You may think it's woke because you feel like, I'm being bombarded by stuff. And I had to catch myself with that. Again, at the beginning of this rant, I told y'all I used to use woke all the time. But I'm noticing like that quote unquote Republican in there. Like she said woke, but she couldn't even define it. So at that point, then what is it that you did? What is it that you don't like? Say it. I don't particularly care for black music or black issues or black progressivism or black issues. Just say that. Don't say it's woke, because those things are happening. Those things are happening. So stop saying woke, Outkick, Clay Travis, Dockage, whatever the fuck his name is. Like y'all always saying woke. Say still. You one of those Republican/conservative patriots that the white love to push in the front and say, see, she doesn't, she sees that as woke. No, she's one person and she has her ideas. Like I have mine. I'm a black Republican and conservative. I don't agree with everything that Sage Steele says. I don't agree with everything that Jason Whitlock says. I don't agree with everything that other black conservatives say. Stop lumping everybody together and stop using one person as a shield for your racism and bigotry. It's getting played. And we're calling that shit out. So stop using woke, because we all know what you really want to say. So cut that shit out. We'll be right back after this next message. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Now it's time. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Ayo Pause. Let's do Ayo Pause.
Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Dan, by the way.
All right, y'all. So check it out. Look what we got. You got this Ayo Pause is come from the religious folk. And we're going to say that thou should say pause or suffer the wrath of Christ. Everybody from TD Jakes to athletes have had to make sure they added pause to anything that will be clipped and used as a viral moment. Well, the church is not exempt. In the book of Paul 69, verse 3, it states, "Thou shalt pauseth, for any slip will be raptured upon the internet." Play the clip.
If you want to get a little vitamin D, a little sunshine this morning, we do have a New Here tent right outside these doors where there are people who are just waiting for you to come. Not in a weird way, but they
Oh
just
my
love
God, bro.
Oh,
hell.
Let's hear it again.
If you want to get a little vitamin D, a little sunshine this morning, we do have a New Here tent right outside these doors where there are people who are just waiting for you to come. Not in a weird way, but they
Oh
just
my
love
God, bro. Oh hell.
Did you hear her? Come on, Susan. Like, and she, you know what? I don't know what's funnier. The fact that she knew when you say D that what that was short for, or the fact that she said, "We want you to come," and then she said, "Not in a weird way." The fact that even in the church, like, she knew, like, this about to go viral. I'm doomed. I'm gonna end up on Real Time with Prince Blue as Ayo Pause. Well, guess what, Cindy? That's not her real name, but I made it up. She looks like a Cindy. You are on Ayo Pause. If y'all want vitamin D, if you know, we would like for you to come, but not in a weird way. You made it weird. Like, nobody really wasn't paying attention except me when you said, if you want vitamin D, or we would like for you to come. Once you said not in a weird way, you made it weird. Now I got to focus on it. What did you mean by that? What did you mean by you want us to come? We're in church. Why would you want us to come? Why are you talking about vitamin D on the pulpit? Again, that the pauseth, the book of 69, it will get you every single time. So, Cindy of Don't Make It Weird Church, no, I will not come. And no, you can't have vitamin D. So you're going to have to choose something else to say. And that's what Ayo Pause of the week. And we will be back after this next message. right, everybody. We had come to the end of episode 84. Thank you so much. And as I evolve with the show, with everything, I'm constantly thinking of adding stuff, dropping stuff, or whatever. But the one thing I noticed when I was looking at past episodes, and what I see what a lot of shows do, is they end it on a period. You know, period, or whatever that is, sassy period, whatever that is. But they ended on a thought-provoking message to either themselves, others, somebody, the community, whatever it is. So I'm going to start doing my outros, and then I'm just going to end it with that. But before I end it, I would like to thank everybody for joining me. I would like to thank everybody for continues to support Real Time Prince Blue. Thanks to my producer, my creative director, Inked and AJ. I appreciate y'all. Also, I want to remind y'all that this, if you miss it live, you can keep viewing it and sharing it on YouTube, Real Time Prince Blue. Please like and subscribe. It's continuously running on X. You can watch it there. And the audio podcast version is available on Spotify and Apple. I upload them every time I'm done with the show, so you can watch that there. So my outro of this week is, as you see, I'm about to, and those who know, and those who don't, just listen. I just want to take a second to really explain how people will try to dim your light and leech off your happiness because of their misery. The internet can be fun and downright scary. However, the one thing it will never do is define who I am to a bunch of strangers. Because at the end of the day, the people who know you matter and will tell your story. So to all the Motel 6, meth addicted, diabetic, black lung bikers out there, you have fun. I hope that $1,250 bring you enough STD meds and Newports that when they find you not breathing in your motel room after 2 a.m. because that Taco Bell you bought collapsed your lungs, you will know that I am still better than you in every facet of life. And I meant that shit. Have fun. And I'm out. Thank you, everybody.
Real time, yeah.